I recently just lost my brother on Monday to suicide. Today was a pretty big day for me. It was pretty important. I haven't been to church in over like 10 years, probably like 15 years. And something told me, man, like, get up, find a church, and go there. So I found a church, and I ain't been in one in so long. I ain't know where to go, what to do, how to talk, how to look, how to walk. I didn't know. I walked in with emotions already. So I walked in, went all the way to the top of the second floor, the top in the back. And as soon as I sat down, I kid you not, I just shed tears. I start crying. Opening prayer, I cried. The first song, I cried. The second song, I cried. Almost every minute of that church service, I cried. And next to me was an older man. He was an older, dark-skinned man. That was next to him on my left. That was an older, dark-skinned man that was on my right. I was in the middle. And as I was sitting there, I had my Bible. I had my brother's Bible that he did his 6-year prison bid with. There's a lot of notes and writings and motivational stuff in that prison. I had it with me. Towards the end of the service, there was a time where the pastor said, anyone new in our church that wants to join our community, we're going to open our arms. We're going to welcome you. Please walk forward. So as we all stood up, it's a huge church. Everyone stood up. You see people walking down that aisle one by one. It wasn't too many, like 20 people walked down that aisle and basically accepted that church into their life. Everyone's looking at you. Like hundreds of people are looking at you. Music's playing. They're singing a song. And me, I'm telling myself, like, what are they doing? Like I want to go down there, but I don't want to walk in front of everybody. I don't want everybody to see me crying. I don't want to do it. The pastor said, hey, we're about to run this song back one more time. Everybody in here that's wants to accept our church into their life, you're new here. Come on down here. We're gonna wait for you. So as I was crying, I looked to my left at the older man. I said, what do they do down there? He said, this is for anyone that's new, wants to accept the church, and wants to be, like a man of God. So as I talked to him, as soon as I talked to him, I started crying. And I said, man, can you walk me down there? Mind you, this is an older man. I've never seen him before. I don't know him. But he said yes. He grabbed me. He walked me down from the second floor to the stairs in front of crowds, in front of a whole bunch of people. Walked me all the way down to the side of the stairs to the first floor, in front of crowds, in front of people. And as I'm crying in the front row, standing up in front of hundreds of people, the man had his hand on my shoulder. Mind you, I don't know him. I was going through it, cried the whole church service. My first time in church in like 10, 15 years. It was tough. But, more of that story is like, I felt like my brother was with me the whole time. I never, ever in my life, 25 years of living, ever cried that hard in a church service. I walked down the stairs just crying. But as I'm walking down, bro, it's like everyone's they happy. Like it's not like you're getting judged in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm walking down, eyes red, fist balled up, angry, and everyone is just clapping for you. Good job. Welcome. We love you. And it shocked me. It opened my whole mind up. Like it shocked me, man. Some of that stuff they preached in that church, man, was real, man. If not now, then when? You know what I'm saying? And I haven't been to church in years. But I felt like that was something deep within. And I felt like my brother was sitting right there next to me, bro. Like something that he used to preach, So I just wanted to tell y'all my experience today from going to church. I haven't been to church in again 10 to 15 years. That was my first time going to church. I didn't know who to talk to. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know nothing. But I just know that I broke down every step and word of that service. It took a lot out of me. It was like a lot of pain and grief kind of released. Of course, I still got it built up, but it was very refreshing, man. So God be the glory. I'm trying to be as strong and great as I can throughout this hard time. And I feel like that was something that was told to me to do, man. I feel like something told me to get up, wake up, find a church, go to it, let your emotions out in front of everybody, cry. It's okay to cry. You don't get judged in that place. And it was crazy, man. So that is me to my community about my first day back in church in years, man. So rest in peace, my brother. Long live E.
So that was a nice testimony from the bro. His brother passed away, and it seemed like he was going through it. You know, sometimes God let us hit rock bottom, and we don't have nothing to lean on but Him. All we can do, you know, is trust in Him at that time, you know. But that's a lot of times that's exactly where He want us. He want us at a place where all we can depend on is Him. All we can have faith in is Him. You know, He say, when we weak, He's strong. You know, a lot of us been through things like that. Because testimony, he said his brother died, kind of remind me of a Christian rapper named Brian T. You know, his identical twin brother died right when they both got saved, and they started, you know, rapping for Jesus, and some of their past caught up with him, and some rival gang members ended up shooting his brother over, you know, a mistaken, you know, something that wasn't, you know, something that he didn't do, but it was, you know, they was known for certain things in the area. So but now look at Brian T. He going, you know, he going real hard for Christ. And you know, probably if his brother was still around, he probably wouldn't be going as hard as he going. But you know, that's kind of like that could probably be like that thorn in his side, you know, that thing that always reminds you of why you living for Christ, and where you come from, and why you doing what you doing. You know, God work in mysterious ways, you know. Sometimes he want to break us like that to you know, empty us out. You know, he got to break us down like that for us to be able to receive what he trying to give us. I can remember when my son passed away, real traumatic situation. That happened, and it was like stuff was happening like back to back. You know, going through things, and probably like a year after, you know, he passed away, I ended up, you know, getting baptized and starting to go to church, and ended up giving my life to Christ, because I was just felt like I'm at rock bottom. I was so broken, you know, so hurt, and I was able to receive the gift of God at that time. Hopefully, you know, that brother can continue, you know, seeking God, and he not seeking God just because, you know, his brother's gone, just because his brother was into God. Hopefully he built his own relationship with God. Hopefully this is a real genuine church that can disciple him and guide him in the right direction, so he can build his relationship with God. You know, sometimes our emotions, you know, can deceive us too at the same time, you know, and our mind can play tricks on us through our emotions. You know, that's why we're not supposed to trust in our heart. That's why we're supposed to build our relationship with God through His Word, you know, so we can discern them type of things, you know. But God uses our emotions sometimes, and, you know, our feelings to draw us near to Him, to tame certain things. You know, I remember friends I done had that then went through things and lost people and came to God and was emotional like that, you know, and came to Christ for a season, you know. And I don't know, you know, sometimes you don't know, you know. We could just hope for the best. But that was a good testimony from the brother. We just hope he keep going, man. I hope he keep going. And if you're going through something, you know, right now you feel like you hit rock bottom, you know, just, you know, seek God, bro. Seek God.